The concern here is these are grassroots crimes. These are grassroots heinous murders. It doesn't, listen, sir, beheading someone doesn't happen in 2, 3 minutes. No matter how sharp the machete or cutlass may be, or whatever weapon they are using. So from the shooting to people escaping to the point where they began to cut, just like in SP Anbashim's case, from cutting to making a video of him and singing and dancing today, we've caught you, and all of that. One begins to wonder, are we failing with when it comes to policing where it actually matters? If are these communities that used to be safe, that people could say, okay, we're going home to rest for the weekend. If we have turned it into a place where people now can imagine hearing being called that your father has been murdered just for going to sit down in a joint to take a bottle of drink, is it safe to begin to ask what it should be the next step? Because if our communities are not safe, what then is the safety?
Well, that's why this is where the issue of community policing and neighborhood watch, this is where it plays out. But you can't also rule out the complicity of some of these grassrooters that, like you have mentioned now. If you look at the Bako Angbashen's video, you will see that it took some time.
Yes.
And not just that, there was every sign that such things could happen. In fact, this morning I just read from one of the clips that he was made to believe that some persons in that community were ready to surrender their arms and,
that's the angle,
and embrace amnesty.
That's the angle that the state police commissioner brought forth, that he was deceived. And then a lot of civil society people are not really finding that line of thoughts. I mean, how much power does he have to go negotiate anyway?
And he didn't go on that operation alone. He didn't go on that operation alone. He went with a team of police persons. At the end of the day, he was the target, and every other person went home free.
You explain that.
These are the issues, but like I want to rest the case there that the police is investigating with all the expertise that they have. But my concern actually is the involvement of community leaders. Community leaders, part of their role is to protect their communities, to make their communities safe. And then when you find out that our communities are virtually, that they have virtually been overtaken by some of these cultists, by some of these criminals, then you begin to ask, what is the role of the community leader? You know, by operations of the local government areas, there's usually an amount that is reserved for our community leaders, community gatekeepers, our chiefs and traditional rulers. So we expect that, to whom much is given, much is expected. Money is not just being given to them from the coffers of the local government for nothing. We expect that they should be able to protect lives and property in the community, put in place structures, CDCs and so on, make these structures to work and free our communities of criminal elements.
All right.
So it's very challenging.